friends. I'm here to read a story with you today. It is called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And this is by Judith Viorst. And so sometimes we might just have a day that isn't going our way. Let's find out what Alexander's day is like. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running. And I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let I skipped a page. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. That's a different country, very, very far away from America. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be car sick. Not even one person answered. I could tell it was going to be a horrible, terrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. Well, if something is invisible, we can't see it, right? It looks like maybe he didn't draw anything. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16 anyway? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. Ochi. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. He's not being very kind. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was, because after school my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I'm going to Australia. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy, and then when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby, and I started to cry. While I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me. That means he got in trouble for being muddy and fighting. I can't believe he hit his brother. Even if people are being mean to you, Don't hit them. Just use your words and say, I don't like that. That makes me feel so sad. I'm mad right now. Or you can say, I'm walking away to keep my body safe. I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, I told everybody. No one even answered. Soon, then, we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes, but then the shoe man said, we're all sold out. They made me buy a plain old white pair of sneakers, but they can't make me wear them. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be, except for my elbow. He also said, don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said, please don't pick him up anymore. It was terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate limas. There was a bad show on TV, and I didn't like that TV show. I wanted to watch my own. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burnt out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that. Yeah, some days are like that. When start to finish, morning until the time you go to sleep, nothing is going your way. Even in Australia, it doesn't matter where you go, it doesn't matter where you are, we all experience these horrible, terrible, no good, very bad days sometimes. All right, my friends. Well, I hope that you are having a good day and it hasn't been that terrible. But don't forget that when you do have kind of a meh kind of day, when you're just not at your best, things are just not going your way, that's okay. Maybe the next day might be better. And we all have those days. Bye, guys.